Hello, dog.
Hello, David.
How's dog? Tara, that's too funny. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dial the Gate, the Stargate Oral History Project. My name is David Reed. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode. I have someone very special whom I want you to meet. Tara Mitrovic, who was the first Stargate Make-A-Wish kid, is joining us for this episode. She was never on Stargate. That wasn't her wish. Her wish was for her dog to have a role. And Boomer cameoed as Cassandra's new dog in the season 1 episode Singularity. Almost got it wrong. Sorry, Tara. We lost Boomer a few years ago. He lived to be 18. But Tara's Make-A-Wish lives on in that Stargate episode. And I would like to bring her on to share her Stargate story. Before we bring her in, if you want more content like this on YouTube, click that like button. It makes a difference. It will help the show continue to grow. Please also consider sharing this video with a Stargate friend. And if you want to get notified about future episodes, click the subscribe icon. And giving the bell icon a click will notify you the moment a new video drops, and you'll get my notifications of any last-minute guest changes. And clips from this live stream, this pre-recorded episode, will be released over the course of the next few weeks on both the Dial the Gate and GateWorld.net YouTube channels. That's correct. This is a pre-recorded episode, so there won't be any questions for Tara. She and I recorded this earlier, for you that is, and I'd like you to meet her. So who is this?
So this is Hanzo.
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 Hello, Hanzo. Ooh, hello.
Good boy.
He's a good boy. Is he named after all of our Hanzo from Lost?
Honestly, I'm not sure. He came with the name from the Humane Society, but I looked it up and it means second life and boy.
Ah.
And he's getting a little camera shy now.
Well, he's a beauty.
Yes. Yeah, so he has a new beginning, but that's perfect for us.
Absolutely. Ooh, what's that? Oh, yummies.
Yeah, carbs. Anything carbs he loves, and cheese.
Oh, absolutely.
But
well, thank you for coming on, Hanzo.
Yeah, okay. Good boy. He said it was lovely to meet everyone.
Ah, good to meet you. You be good for mom.
Keep up.
Thank you for agreeing to come on. I have been wanting to sit down and talk with you for a really long time here, because your Stargate story is amazing, and it's one of those that has always stuck with me, and I have been looking forward to you sharing it with my audience. So, would you mind telling it to me?
Well, first of all, thank you so very much for having me here.
Absolutely.
My involvement with Stargate began and hopefully has never ended. I unfortunately got very sick, and I was diagnosed a day before my 13th birthday with brain cancer. And unfortunately, the odds were not very good. So a wonderful organization called Make-A-Wish said I had a wish to make, one wish. And after we clarified I couldn't wish for more wishes, I decided I wanted to make my current dog, Boomer, a star. I wanted him to star in a major motion action video, film, movie, or a across Canada television show, or something similar. And honestly, the Make-A-Wish volunteer looked at me and said, think of a backup wish.
Yeah.
Because nobody really wishes for their dog to become famous except for me. So they weren't really sure it was possible. And as far as I know, they reached out to the wonderful people at Stargate, and magical things happened. So, my dog Boomer was in the episode, I'm going blank right now. I
Singularity.
should, yeah, Singularity. Yes. He was carried around by Richard Dean Anderson and adored by everyone, and he seemed to be born for it. So after the filming, which was fantastic, being on the set with absolutely everybody involved, he got to meet people, get belly scratches from everyone, treats and everything. Um, I didn't get any belly scratches though, but that's okay. So my my wish was absolutely fantastic, and it just wasn't a one-time thing. We got invited to Stargate conventions at GateCon, and we did a few of those, and he even had a little stamp to do his autograph because he hated his paws getting dirty. Um, he became a big celebrity.
Ah.
So it's been a wonderful, never-ending wish because I still see reruns on TV, and I have friends messaging me and phoning me, "Hey, Boomer was on TV today."
Ah.
So, even though he's no longer with me, I still think of him because of the wish. Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely. How old was? Did you have him from when he was a puppy, or was he
Yeah,
also a rescue?
yes. Boomer I had since he was a puppy, 8 weeks old.
Okay.
So, he was with us until just before he was 18 years old.
Wow.
So he had a good life. He was very spoiled.
Yeah, that's pretty good for a Shiba Inu. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, especially
absolutely.
being a celebrity.
Absolutely. For sure. There are not that many celebrity dogs. So,
Not many. Only
wow.
Lassie probably, but
Ah. Well, and so are you healthy?
I'm happy. I'm happy.
And I mean, are you healthy?
Oh, healthy, sorry. That's a good one. Well, I have many side effects from the brain surgery. Because I had the surgery on my 13th birthday. What a gift. But the chemo, the radiation and surgery gave me many what would you say, complications. So my biggest problem now is I have pretty much severe hearing loss. So apart from that, I seem to be doing pretty well. I do have a second tumor who I've named Tiny Tim because I want him to say small and cripple.
Yeah.
But in general, I'm healthy except for consuming a little bit too much chocolate.
Well, so you're keeping an eye on that tumor?
Yeah, I'm being monitored for the tumors, not the chocolate consumption, but
Live
that
a
might
little, Tara. Live a little.
yes.
Ah.
Definitely enjoy life.
Wow. What can you say about the experience of Make a Wish and what it like did for you? What it do you did it contribute to your optimism, uh, to your fighting of the of your illness?
That's a very deep question. Um, Truthfully, I was after the surgery, I didn't know my name. I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk. Um, I didn't know my birthday, and honestly, I still have days regarding my birthday, but I'm doing much better. I've escaped the wheelchair and everything many, many years ago, 15, 20 years ago. But I was really depressed, and being able to come out to such a wonderful, wonderful group of people that are so supportive and friendly, it was uplifting. And truthfully, I don't think I'd be where I am today if I didn't have that wonderful experience with GateCon and Stargate. And I'm truly thankful for everything and everyone. And it was such a nice thing to meet everyone, whether it was the cast, the like members of the team, and of course all the fans too.
Stargate
And
fandom Stargate fandom is a really special group of people. And GateCon especially, I feel very much, you know, that you and I are inextricably linked through that convention. Those people are family, and the amount of good that they have done for the charity community, tens of thousands of dollars to make a wish included, is extraordinary. They are an amazing group of people.
that is so true. And I feel so blessed that I'm still in contact with some of them today.
Absolutely. I told them that I was going to be interviewing you, and they were like, "It's about time." I'm like, "Yes, this is true." Wow. So tell me about a little bit about who Boomer was. We saw him on screen, as Cassandra's dog. Who was Boomer to you for those 18 years? What were his likes? What were his dislikes? Did he dislike cats? Did he like going for runs? Did he like the water? Tell me about this dog.
Well, Shibas, Boomer was a Shiba Inu, and typically they're a cat stuck in a dog's body. So he hated water with a passion. It's a breed trait. So if it was raining, he would refuse to go out to the bathroom. And
Aw.
we're talking, it could be raining for 3 days or 4 days because I lived just outside of Vancouver. Um, you had to carry him out. And even then, he'd protest. We even had a raincoat made, custom made for him because we thought that would solve the problem. No, there is no way in hell he was going to wear that coat. So, anyways, he loved cats. Basically, all they wanted to do was kill him.
Ah!
But he was very friendly to cats, and he wanted to have cat friends, but it didn't quite work out well. Um, it never worked out well. So, what else about Boomer? He loved his walks. We used to do competitive obedience, which is unheard of for the breed. And a few times we nearly got the top scores 200 out of 200. We nearly got that, but I was the one that was messing up in the obedience ring. I'd be screwing things up, not Boomer. So, he also did competitive obedience. I mean, agility too. So that's like running, jumping through tunnels and everything. Again, it was always me getting in trouble because I couldn't keep up. He'd go up the big A-frame, the big, I don't know, 6 foot A-frame, and he'd get to the top, and I wasn't fast enough telling him where to go. So he'd just bark, 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 bark at me, and it was a comedic thing. And everything when I was training him for agility, instead of going through the tunnel, he'd jump on top of the tunnel or he'd jump over the tunnel. So Boomer knew exactly what he was doing. His owner, not so much.
Not so much. Come on,
Um,
Ma. Catch up, Ma. I'm right here. And that's a cat
yeah,
thing. Going over the tunnel, that's a cat thing. For
yeah,
sure. That's funny.
definitely,
So,
definitely. And then when I kind of tried it a different time, instead of him going and running over the tunnel and along the top of it, he'd jump over it. So I'm like, okay, well, just do what you watch.
and this is not a tall dog to be pulling this
No,
off, you
no,
know? So the fact that he
yeah,
could jump, yeah,
yeah. He
that
was
is
he, he was a feisty little thing, but we loved him.
how old were you when you got him?
When I got him, I believe it was 1994. So I was seven,
Okay.
7.5.
Was he your first dog?
Yes, he was my first dog ever.
That's a
So
big deal.
I was protesting for many years. I used to have a little dog on wheels, a toy on a rope,
Aww.
and that was my hint to the parents I needed a dog. And my dad's like, "Yeah, we'll get you a dog, but when we move." And that move that was supposed to happen never quite happened. And my mom's like, "That's it. I just get it."
I
So we
bet.
went to we
Go, no,
went to
please go ahead.
Yeah, we went to go and see the puppies just to see what they're like because we never met the breed before. And of course, yeah, we happened to put a order in for one of the dogs. So
Aww.
who can resist a puppy?
Did you name him?
I named Boomer Boomer. It was up in the air whether he was going to be Phantom or Boomer, but he was more of a Boomer than anything else.
Any particular reason for Boomer?
Um, I I just thought it was a nice name, and the name Phantom popped in because I just seen Phantom at the opera, and
Ah,
yeah, I just thought Boomer was a more of a fun name than Phantom.
no, absolutely.
Oh, actually, his name was Boomer, short for Boomerang, because it was
Okay.
like an inside joke, because the breed is not good with recall, so I just said that he's a broken boomerang.
Ah. I I can't imagine how much, you know, how much he aided in your recovery. You know,
He was the,
dogs.
the best things apart from GateCon and Stargate.
Hmm. Hmm. They
He was
are. They are. We don't deserve them. They are better than us. They represent, as someone who has owned four or five, six, they represent the best qualities of us. They are loyal. They are uh, uh, selfless. They'll, under the right circumstances, they'll die for us. And to have one for 18 years, that's really special. I can't. I mean, you must have been. I don't even want to think about it. You must have been devastated, you know, when he finally went. But man, that dog had a good life, and he was a star.
It was. I was totally devastated for a long, long time after, and I swore I'd never get another dog.
Yep.
But I found out a dog that a Shiba, actually the same breed, that needed help, and this was probably 4 years, 5 years after. And I just intended on rescuing him and sending him to a breed rescue because I
Yeah.
thought I wouldn't handle it. And my mom was away when I took him in. And she's like, "What?" When she got home, she's like, "What better home than ours?" And his name was Frankie. He was named after my uncle who passed away. So unfortunately, Frankie got quite ill, and we only had him for 6 years, but
Yeah.
it was a really good 6 years.
So Hanzo is is dog three.
He's number three, and
Ah.
Hanzo was at the Humane Society, homeless. He'd been roaming around for 4 or 5 months alone, and apparently with a giant Saint Bernard surviving in the wilderness. So
Wow.
he was caught and taken in, and he popped up on the internet, and because I have an obsession with the breed, he came home with me.
Wow. His forever home. Do you know what happened to the Saint Bernard by any chance?
I tried to find him,
Yeah.
but Hanzo was being we were checking him out. The Saint Bernard was nowhere to be found because
Wow.
Hanzo came in with some health care problems.
Okay.
So I'm assuming the Saint Bernard was adopted before Hanzo was
Well,
allowed to be.
let's Let's hope so. Absolutely.
I could
Wow.
I could only see Mom's face bringing home two dogs.
I know. And a Saint Bernard is no small order.
So
Not that a
that's
Shiba Inu is, but man.
more to love.
Wow. There is something that bothers me about dog owners, and this is just me, and there may be people out there who will be frustrated or upset with me saying so, but I know people who post that their dog has passed, and the next day or the day after, here's our new dog. And for me, it's not like swapping out a set of tires on your car. I think the memory of the animal being a part of your family and a part of your household deserves some space to mourn. And for some people, it may take years, if ever, that they get another one again. And it's always just bothered me a little bit that there are some folks like that. But on the other hand, I understand the pain can be too great. That and there is a hole that you can't really fill. Even, I mean, in some cases, if you bring like another one in, you only just make room in your heart, really. But I get that. I get not being able to just go out and immediately get another one. You have to wait for your heart to be ready.
That that's very, very true. I truly don't understand people going out right away, but I think maybe they just have holes in their heart they need
Yeah.
to fill.
Yeah.
And I just hope they're finding animals that truly need them forever.
Yeah, absolutely. There is a blessing that comes with taking in a stray. And my family has taken in, I've lost count. But, I am a believer, and I do believe that God, or whatever you want to call it, does put people and animals in our path who need us. And I think that I think that it's great that he was there for you through a huge chunk of your life when you really needed him. And I have no doubt that helped in speeding along your recovery and your optimism and what it was that he did with for you and with you with this show.
Thank you. I truly believe that too. And without him, and of course, without Stargate and GateCon, I truly don't think where I am right now, I'd be here. And I wouldn't be at this point in my life.
How was it working with Make a Wish?
It was absolutely so much fun, and it was out of this world, if you could say that.
Yeah.
I had so much fun with my Make a Wish workers, volunteers, and so much. I had a few other experiences. We did a cross Canada ad campaign. I went to Stars on Ice, a few shows, and a few other things. It seemed almost never ending at one point. Um, it was such a wonderful experience, and Make-A-Wish is such a fantastic organization that helps so many families and individuals.
Mm,
Um, I can't I can't thank them enough for everything they did for me.
mm,
And of course Boomer too, because he needed that. And
sure.
it's just an amazing experience, not only for me, not only for Boomer, my family too. It was a break from everyday stress, sadness,
Mm.
despair. It made life almost living again, worth living again.
There there is something to be said for you as well. I think it's really special that your wish wasn't about you, but about him. And I think that that's really cool, Tara. That it was like what you wanted most. If you could do anything within reason. Not like $1 million, or I mean, you could have gone, to Disneyland. You could do any of these typical things, but instead you wanted to do something for your pal, and that was that. I've never gotten over. That is so cool. That is so cool that was what you wanted to do, and I think that that's really special. I think that says what is special about you, because you don't put yourself first when you could have. Even at 13, when we're all wild and crazy. So
It was, he was so special to me even before I got ill. So I wanted to give back to him in a way. And I could imagine him being a star even before he became one. So having my wish fulfilled and what I really wanted was a dream come true. And so that's basically how it happened. And it's true, most with Make-A-Wish wishes. I want to go to Hawaii or Disneyland or a computer. And those are very valid wishes.
yeah,
I
of
just
course,
think outside the box.
absolutely. Did you meet Katie Stewart on set that day? Did you meet her?
Yes, I did. She was a lovely young lady, and she actually was holding Boomer on the set on those in the scenes. She took him for a little walk too after. She was a lovely lady.
Ah, good. Did you continue to watch Stargate?
I do, honestly, not religiously, but I'm still catching up. I have the seasons at home, and honestly, I'm not a sci-fi person, but I'm starting to get into it in my old age.
Well, it's not going anywhere,
Yeah.
And as you get older, the messages of science fiction do become more easy to interpret and understand. And like I turned 40 a couple of months ago, and I am always finding new truths in the material, and it's an art form that perpetually regenerates itself, both in my life and in watching the world develop around me. It's kind of wild, actually, some of the things that they anticipated that are coming to pass.
Oh my
So
goodness. Well, happy birthday. I'm sorry, did you say 40? Me too.
you
Yes, I turned 40 in August.
you and I are the same age, I guess.
Apparently so. We could be long
Yeah,
lost.
July of 1983.
August 28th,
1983.
83.
I did not know that I didn't even, Tara, I didn't even think of that. Of course. Yeah, of course you would be. Wow. Well, happy birthday. Happy belated
Thank
birthday to
you.
you.
And happy birthday to you too.
Thank you, man. That's really cool.
Can we
Wow.
do a group birthday next year?
You know what? That's not a bad idea. I'd love to be in Vancouver, late July, early August, as a birthday wish. This year I'm going to the Panama Canal in a month or so for my birthday. But yeah, that's you know what? It's a date. One of these birthdays we will do that. So
That sounds wonderful.
absolutely. It is so awesome to have you on. And to share your story.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for letting me be on the show with you, and thank you so much for being
Please.
involved with me in the past. I greatly appreciate it, and I look forward to our group birthday whenever that happens, any time of year.
Absolutely. We will definitely do that. What's your favorite okay, chocolate, I guess, is the answer.
Chocolate. It's only chocolate until the pants don't fit. Oh, and I also wanted to say, when Richard Dean Anderson was hanging out with Boomer, well, first of all, they brought me a birthday cake because it was when I was on set. It was my birthday when they were doing the filming. So, Richard Dean Anderson was having cake and hanging out with Boomer, and we were just casually talking. And I said, "Oh, would you like to see Boomer's business card?" Richard Dean Anderson was so hurt because he didn't have a business card. So I give him the business card, and then I'm like, what about like his resume? Would you like to see it? And he's like, what? I don't have a resume. So it was kind of comedic. Poor Richard Dean Anderson, though.
Oh, that's funny.
And yeah, so basically, I think it was the last gate con I had. We actually had business cards so we could hand them out for Boomer to everybody
Aww.
that was attending.
I might have one. It's somewhere in a box.
You
I
better frame it.
I felt so lucky to get to meet him, because dogs, they come into our lives and they go. You never know how old the dog is, when you see one on TV. And when I came around that corner and I saw that dog, it was like, I know exactly who that dog is. When I came to my first GateCon convention, this was 2003. So getting to see you there, getting to meet you, you have never been far from my thoughts in doing this. And really, really happy to have you part of the Oral History Project now. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you so very much, David.
A big thanks to Tara Mitrovic and Hanzo for joining me in this episode of Dial the Gate. The Stargate folks were amazing people, and GateCon is a huge component to that, especially including Tara in all of their festivities, years and years. So it is really an oversight of mine that it's taken this long to bring her in. So Tara, I do apologize for that, but it was always my intent, and I'm so thrilled that you joined me for this episode. We have a number of different shows heading your way as we close out season 3 of Dial the Gate. So keep it on dialthegate.com for that information. We're going to be packing them full of jam before we get to our season finale with Michael Shanks on October the 29th. So you're going to see some episodes drop. You're going to see some live episodes appear. And just keep it on dialthegate.com for the complete and current schedule as we approach the season finale of Dial the Gate. My name is David Reed, and I'll see you on the other side.